Annabel Lee by Edgar Allan Poe. Read for Librivox.org by Ed Good. It was many a year ago, in a kingdom by the sea, that a maiden there lived whom you may know by the name of Annabel Lee. And this maiden, she lived with no other thought than to love and be loved by me. I was a child, and she was a child, in this kingdom by the sea. But we loved with a love that was more than love, I and my Annabel Lee. With a love that the winged seraphs of heaven coveted her and me. And this was the reason that, long ago, in this kingdom by the sea, a wind blew out of a cloud, chilling my beautiful Annabel Lee, so that her high-born kinsman came and bore her away from me, to shut her up in a sepulchre in this kingdom by the sea. The angels, not half so happy in heaven, went envying her and me. Yes, that was the reason, as all men know, in this kingdom by the sea, that the wind came out of the cloud by night, chilling and killing my Annabel Lee. But our love, it was stronger by far than the love of those who are older than we, of many far wiser than we, and neither the angels in heaven above, nor the demons down under the sea, can ever dissever my soul from the soul of the beautiful Annabel Lee. For the moon never beams without bringing me dreams of my beautiful Annabel Lee, and the stars never rise but I feel the bright eyes of the beautiful Annabel Lee. And so all the night tide I lie down by the side of my darling, my life and my bride, in her sepulchre there by the sea, in her tomb by the sounding sea. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
At the Seaside by Robert Louis Stevenson. Read for Librivox.org by Mike Kaufman. When I was down beside the sea, a wooden spade they gave to me to dig the sandy shore. My holes were empty like a cup. In every hole the sea came up, till it could come no more. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Bed in Summer by Robert Louis Stevenson. Read for Librivox.org by Mike Kaufman. In winter I get up at night and dress by yellow candlelight. In summer, quite the other way, I have to go to bed by day. I have to go to bed and see the birds still hopping on the tree, or hear the grown-up people's feet still going past me in the street. And does it not seem hard to you, when all the sky's clear and blue, and I should like so much to play, to have to go to bed by day? End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Foreign Lands by Robert Louis Stevenson. Read for Librivox.org by Mike Kaufman. Up into the cherry tree who should climb but little me? I held the trunk with both my hands and looked abroad on foreign lands. I saw the next door garden lie adorned with flowers before my eye, and many pleasant places more that I had never seen before. If I could find a higher tree, farther and farther I should see, to where the grown-up river slips into the sea among the ships, to where the roads on either hand lead onward into fairyland, where all the children dine at 5, and all the playthings come alive. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
If by E. E. Cummings. Read for Librivox.org by Christina Chu. If freckles were lovely, and day was night, and measles were nice, and a lie weren't a lie, life would be delight, but things couldn't go right. For in such a sad plight, I wouldn't be I. If earth was heaven, and now was hence, and past was present, and false was true, there might be some sense, but I'd be in suspense, for on such a pretense, you wouldn't be you. If fear was plucky, and globes were square, and dirt was cleanly, and tears were glee, things would seem fair, yet they'd all despair, for if here was there, we wouldn't be we. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
This is a Librivox recording. All Librivox recordings are in the public domain. For more information, or to volunteer, please visit Librivox.org. Litany to Satan, from Baudelaire. Translated by James Elroy Flecker. Read by Stephen Collins. O grandest of the angels, and most wise, O fallen God, fate driven from the skies, Satan, at last take pity on our pain. O first of exiles who endurest wrong, yet growest in thy hatred still more strong, Satan, at last take pity on our pain. O subterranean King, omniscient, healer of man's immortal discontent, Satan, at last take pity on our pain. To lepers and to outcasts thou dost show that passion is the paradise below, Satan, at last take pity on our pain. Thou by thy mistress death hast given to man hope, the imperishable courtesan, Satan, at last take pity on our pain. Thou givest to the guilty their calm mien, which damns the crowd around the guillotine, Satan, at last take pity on our pain. Thou knowest the corners of the jealous earth, where God has hidden jewels of great worth, Satan, at last take pity on our pain. Thou dost discover by mysterious signs where sleep the buried people of the mines, Satan, at last take pity on our pain. Thou stretchest forth a saving hand to keep such men as roam upon the roofs and sleep, Satan, at last take pity on our pain. Thy power can make the halting drunkard's feet avoid the peril of the surging street, Satan, at last take pity on our pain. Thou, to console our helplessness, didst plot the cunning use of powder and of shot, Satan, at last take pity on our pain. Thy awful name is written as with pitch on the unrelenting foreheads of the rich, Satan, at last take pity on our pain. In strange and hidden places thou dost move, where women cry for torture in their love, Satan, at last take pity on our pain. Father of those whom God's tempestuous ire has flung from paradise with sword and fire, Satan, at last take pity on our pain. Prayer. Satan, to thee be praise upon the height, where thou wast king of old and in the night of hell, where thou dost dream on silently. Grant that one day beneath the knowledge tree, when it shoots forth to grace thy royal brow, my soul may sit that cries upon thee now. End of poem.
Little Boy Blue by Eugene Field. Read for Librivox.org by Ed Good. The little toy dog is covered with dust, but sturdy and staunch he stands. The little toy soldier is red with rust, and his musket molds in his hands. Time was when the little toy dog was new, and the soldier was passing fair. And that was the time when our little boy Blue kissed them and put them there. "Now don't you go till I come," he said, "and don't you make any noise." So toddling off to his trundle bed, he dreamt of the pretty toys. And as he was dreaming, an angel song awakened our little boy Blue. Oh, the years are many, the years are long, but the little toy friends are true. Aye, faithful to Little Boy Blue they stand, each in the same old place, awaiting the touch of a little hand, the smile of a little face. And they wonder, as waiting the long years through, in the dust of that little chair, what has become of our Little Boy Blue, since he kissed them and put them there. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Pied Beauty by Gerard Manley Hopkins. Read for Librivox.org by Susan Denny. Glory be to God for dappled things, for skies of couple color as a brinded cow, for rose moles all in stipple upon trout that swim, fresh fire-coal chestnut falls, finches' wings, landscape plotted and pieced, fold, fallow, and plough, and all trades, their gear and tackle and trim, all things counter, original, spare, strange, whatever is fickle, freckled, who knows how, with swift, slow, sweet, sour, a dazzle, dim, he fathers forth whose beauty is past change. Praise him. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Pirate Story by Robert Louis Stevenson. Read for Librivox.org by Mike Kaufman. 3 of us afloat in the meadow by the swing, 3 of us aboard in the basket on the lee. Winds are in the air, they are blowing in the spring, and waves are on the meadow like the waves there are at sea. Where shall we adventure today that we're afloat, wary of the weather and steering by a star? Shall it be to Africa, a steering of the boat, to Providence or Babylon, or off to Malabar? Hi, but there's a squadron a-rowing on the sea, cattle on the meadow a-charging with a roar. Quick, and we'll escape them, they're as mad as they can be. The wicket is the harbor, and the garden is the shore. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Rain by Robert Louis Stevenson. Read for Librivox.org by Mike Kaufman. The rain is raining all around. It falls on field and tree. It rains on the umbrellas here and on the ships at sea. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Thistledown by E. Pauline Johnson. Read for Librivox.org by Betsy Bush. Beyond a ridge of pine with russet tips, the west lifts to the sun her longing lips. Her blushes stain with gold and garnet dye the shore, the river, and the wide far sky. Like floods of wine the waters filter through the reeds that brush our indolent canoe. I beach the bow where sands in shadows lie. You hold my hand a space, then speak good-bye. Upwinds your pathway through the yellow plumes of goldenrod, profuse in August blooms, and o'er its tossing sprays you toss a kiss, a moment more, and I see only this: the idle paddle you so lately held, the empty bow your pliant wrist propelled, some thistles purpling into violet, their blossoms with 1,000 thorns afret, and like a cobweb, shadowy and gray, far floats their down, far drifts my dream away. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
A Thought by Robert Louis Stevenson. Read for Librivox.org by Mike Kaufman. It is very nice to think the world is full of meat and drink, with little children saying grace in every Christian kind of place. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Thread of Life by Christina Rossetti. Recorded for Librivox.org by Alan Davis Drake of Long Branch, New Jersey. drakesdoor.org. The irresponsive silence of the land, the irresponsive sounding of the sea, speak both one message of one sense to me. Aloof, aloof, we stand aloof, so stand thou too aloof, bound with the flawless band of inner solitude. We bind not thee, but who from thy self-chain shall set thee free? What heart shall touch thy heart, what hand thy hand? And I am sometimes proud and sometimes meek, and sometimes I remember days of old when fellowship seemed not so far to seek, and all the world and I seemed much less cold, and at the rainbow's foot lay surely gold, and hope felt strong, and life itself not weak. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Thy Fingers Make Early Flowers by E. E. Cummings. Read for Librivox.org by Christina Chu. Thy fingers make early flowers of all things, thy hair mostly the hour's love, a smoothness which sings, saying, though love be a day, do not fear, we will go a-maying. Thy whitest feet crisply are straying, always thy moist eyes are at kisses playing, whose strangeness much says, singing, though love be a day, for which girl art thou flowers bringing? To be thy lips is a sweet thing and small. Death, thee I call rich beyond wishing, if this thou catch, else missing. Though love be a day and life be nothing, it shall not stop kissing. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
To Allison Cunningham from Her Boy by Robert Louis Stevenson. Read for Librivox.org by Mike Kaufman. For the long nights you lay awake and watched for my unworthy sake, for your most comfortable hand that led me through the uneven land, for all the storybooks you read, for all the pains you comforted, for all you pitied, all you bore, in sad and happy days of yore. My second mother, my first wife, the angel of my infant life. From the sick child, now well and old, take, nurse, the little book you hold, and grant it heaven that all who read may find as dear a nurse at need, and every child who lists my rhyme in the bright fireside nursery clime may hear it in as kind a voice as made my childish days rejoice. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
When Life is Quite Through With by E. E. Cummings. Read for Librivox.org by Christina Chu. When life is quite through with, and leaves say alas, much is to do for the swallow that closes a flight in the blue. When love's had his tears out, perhaps shall pass a million years, while a bee dozes on the poppies, the dears. When all's done and said, and under the grass lies her head, by oaks and roses deliberated. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Whole Duty of Children by Robert Louis Stevenson. Read for Librivox.org by Mike Kaufman. A child should always say what's true, and speak when he is spoken to, and behave mannerly at table, at least as far as he is able. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Windy Nights by Robert Louis Stevenson. Read for Librivox.org by Mike Kaufman. Whenever the moon and stars are set, whenever the wind is high, all night long in the dark and wet a man goes riding by. Late in the night when the fires are out, why does he gallop and gallop about? Whenever the trees are crying aloud and ships are tossed at sea, by on the highway low and loud, by at the gallop goes he. By at the gallop he goes, and then by he comes back at the gallop again. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Young Night Thought by Robert Louis Stevenson. Read for Librivox.org by Mike Kaufman. All night long and every night, when my mamma puts out the light, I see the people marching by, as plain as day, before my eye. Armies and emperors and kings, all carrying different kinds of things, and marching in so grand a way, you never saw the like by day. So fine a show was never seen at the great circus on the green, for every kind of beast and man is marching in that caravan. At first they move a little slow, but still faster on they go, and still beside them close I keep, until we reach the town of Sleep. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Youth by Georgia Douglas Johnson. Read for Librivox.org. The dew is on the grasses dear, the blush is on the rose, and swift across our dial youth a shifting shadow goes. The primrose moments, lush with bliss, exhale and fade away. Life may renew the autumn time, but never more the May. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.